Low-key love the prelude to Beans and Beats. Welcome to Beans and Beats. If you're watching live, this is a weekly time where we get together. I have coffee with another creative, and we make some music.
Wait, hold on.
Dan's coffee's over there.
I gotta go get it.
But I don't know why, but kind of starting with a prelude like that, I kind of love it.
It's good vibes.
It's kind of a good vibe. I'm gonna move over here, but imagine that music keeps playing. And
that's good.
I sit down like Mr. Rogers. That's kind of what it felt like towards the end there as I was approaching the one. I said, why does this feel so much like a Mr. Rogers intro?
It does. Yeah.
And I'm going to keep this right here so I can monitor any comments.
Leave a comment.
Leave a comment.
Like and subscribe.
Subscribe. Do all those things.
Join Flock.
Join Flock. I was actually reading today that just about like communicating and like that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And it was saying to have only one call to action. And in fact, the like, subscribe, comment, it's too much for people.
2 things at once?
So like, comment, subscribe, those are too many things. And so that's the one thing I want them to do is to join Flock. So join Flock and only remember that in your brain.
Don't do anything else.
Nothing else.
Don't breathe.
Nothing.
Don't eat. Don't sleep. Just join Flock.
Just join Flock because like, commenting, and subscribing is too much.
I got to take the ears out for the pod section.
Yeah.
Because it's just
it is a little weird. It feels a little robotic.
Yeah. I'm like.
Feels kind of.
It's almost like my mouth is right here.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm gonna take them out for a second.
Mm-hmm. This is the new setup, though, and I do like
it. Yeah.
I am curious for those that have watched the replays and will watch all the clips and how we clip it out. It'll be interesting how we can do that with this new setup, though. So if you like it, drop a comment.
Yeah, leave a comment.
But join Flock.
But Flock is the only thing. Well, you know what? Never mind. Don't leave the comment. Don't comment. We don't want to know anything from you. Yeah, we want zero feedback.
Yeah. Any of the things I say about listening to your audience and feedback, I don't want none of that.
Do as TJ says, not as he does.
Exactly.
So how you doing, man?
I'm doing good.
Yeah?
I'm doing good. I'm excited about today because I'm going to try to work on some more music today.
Sick.
Which is why I'm liking Beans and Beats being on Thursdays, I think, just to kind of get me in the flow.
Get you going.
Yeah, and the prelude helped. Honestly.
Yeah?
It helped kind of calm me down a little bit and get me ready for the day or to continue out the day after, because normally in the mornings I sit and like have coffee and do like admin email and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, other than that, doing really good. How about you?
Is 2025 the year of preludes?
Ooh.
Are we bringing preludes back?
Honestly, I think we should.
And then at what point in the timeline does special music come back around?
I had to sip and think on that
one. Yeah. So we're not ready for special music again yet?
Well, I don't know.
You remember special music. Do you have any special music memories?
I was birthed out of special music.
Okay, all right.
I was. I'll stand by it.
I hear what you're saying.
Yeah, because like special music was the only place I was allowed to like be on stage and like perform or like execute any sort of musical ability.
Just because the vibe
church
was hymns and piano.
Yeah.
So guitar was
kind of band, and then even then my first kind of intro to special music was through like saxophone, like kind of doing the jazz Christmas stuff. It's like we're gonna have young TJ come up and do the jazz saxophone.
Young Squire.
Yeah. Did you do those kind of things then?
I don't think I did. I would do special music when I would like do fingerstyle stuff, but I think the churches that I was in growing up, I hit it more in the like youth bands could have guitars era. Okay. So for a while I was leading for it was like everything but Sunday morning could be guitar driven. So for a while in upstate New York, I was leading for my church's youth group. I was leading for another youth group that led on another night. I was leading for a church plant because church plants could have guitars. Yeah. And then I was leading for our Wednesday night service.
Dang.
And then on Sunday, I might get called up to go do something.
Yeah.
So 4 to 5 times a week.
Jeez.
But Sunday morning was piano
Sunday morning
driven.
was sacred.
Yeah.
No guitars allowed.
Also,
Interesting.
I would show up on time. Like I was the most on time. You know I'm an on-time
You are
fella.
very, very much.
And the guy who was the music minister at my church, I was there at 8:15 ready to go, and he was like, when I say be here at 8:15, I mean be here at 8. And I was like, bro, I will not be on. I won't be playing anymore. I'm sorry. I don't play those games.
When I say something, I want you to do what I actually meant.
Yeah,
about
it's
saying.
like,
Don't you
all right.
understand?
yeah.
It's like, bro, how's your marriage? You know? It's like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I feel that. I grew up in that era too, but it wasn't so much guitars weren't allowed, but it was probably another maybe unhealthy strain of that era, which was we're going to use this young kid who sings contemporary worship to be our leverage to a contemporary service and all that. Kind of thing. It's like we'll drip the contemporary service and the traditional with the special music. You know,
you were their sacrificial lamb.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. If they hate young Squire T, no skin off.
I like how it's young Squire.
Well,
yeah, just Squire. The term Squire is one.
It's a good one.
We don't use that anymore.
Esquire for like lawyers. I don't have any clue what that means. Like, how did they end up as squires?
I don't know, because isn't a squire like a young knight?
Yeah, it's like the knight's assistant who's learning how to be a knight.
Yeah.
Are lawyers the descendants of squires?
Or they're
I don't
just
know.
assistants of really rich people, which
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Which are
fair enough.
The knights of our culture, but.
But yeah, I remember getting like photocopies of hymnals, and they were just like, play that. It had no chords, it had nothing, so I had to go in and like write the chords above, and like do the music theory form and analysis. And then you came to college and you're like, oh dang, I've been doing this. I've been doing this.
Well, I think that is something that we actually were talking about this a while ago, and I was thinking about it again a couple days ago.
Yeah.
When it comes to opportunities in the church for younger, like kids, and just like developmental of like music and like singing and like that sort of culture in our church. I know that's something you care a lot about.
Yeah.
And have even studied a little bit about. And for those that don't know, Dan doesn't get on camera too much. Sometimes you're behind camera, and like
I probably will be more behind going forward, but you know, y'all get a treat this week.
We'll get a treat.
Y'all
this week.
Y'all get to see
he's
this visage.
A huge part of Illumination Project and a huge help to me, and also now a worship pastor leader at a local church plant, and so whole new world for you, kind of leading again after taking a break, doing more like bigger church tech production kind of stuff. Now leading into like small church worship leading. You kind of have this heart for discipling and training up, and have that mindset. So where do you think that's gone? Like we were talking about like training up. Worship. I wanted to intro you before we kind of talk about that.
Where do I think
as far
what's
as
the question?
we were talking about, so I got my start in special music world. Where it was like, I started in children's choir. I learned how to like sing with a choir. And then that escalated to like church plays, but then that went to the special music land. But I was getting music education in church before I was even schooled. Which fundamentally would later shape worship for me. You know, and should. And I know we've had many conversations around this idea.
You know, I feel like we've talked about this before, but it hit me afresh. That the lack of like the old school graded choirs. You know, you do kids choir, then you do youth choir, then you join the the big choir or whatever.
Yeah.
The lack of having that kind of program, I think, is one of the many reasons why there's this epidemic of like nobody sings in church.
Yeah, 100%.
Because people legitimately don't know how. Yeah. And I understand that. It's like if you open your mouth and you're like, oh, you're like, all right, not doing that again.
Yeah.
I'll just meditate on these lyrics.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think there's some real truth to that. And honestly, like, I've stood next to those people in church and the joyful noise people.
Yeah.
And I appreciate it still.
Oh, yeah.
It warms my heart, but I understand how that might be concerning if you are one of those people that's like, oh, you don't really know like how to hit a note.
Yes.
And like that, like fundamental singing things that I learned in children's choir.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's on my mind, and I'm like, how do we rekindle that spirit of having like some kind of music? I don't even know if it's music education, but some kind of just like way to participate in music.
Yeah. Yeah.
In church at different levels.
Yeah.
So that, because like we are gonna sing every week, so get ready, you know.
Yeah.
So like, it should as someone who's like a worship leader now, that's more on my mind of like, how can I actually teach people how to sing? Because there's a lot of people, and I've had people come up to me and be like, I wish we just had like a singing class, because I don't feel like I know what to do.
You've had people say that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I've had a handful of people say that.
Sounds like we need a singing class. Yeah, that's interesting.
At different churches at different times.
Yeah, I gotcha. Yeah. It is an interesting problem, because I feel like in some ways I've seen it done well with like children's choirs and stuff like that, but then like other times, even as a parent, sometimes it's like I'm really just there to watch my kid, yell.
Yeah. And
it's not really fundamental teaching. It's just like learning songs for a performance for end of year. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, it's a complex thing, because like kids are different now.
Yeah, kids be different. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I think when you and I were growing up, there was more, and maybe this is just old man D coming out, old man Dan, but when you and I were growing up, there was more of a sense of, if you were an adult, you could tell any kid what to do. And that had positives and it had negatives. But one of the positives was like, if you're an adult who's leading a kids choir, like you can get those kids in line and you're expected to.
Yeah.
Whereas I feel like now it's a little bit more like,
dang,
don't talk to my kid like that. Maybe.
So this just turned into a parenting pod.
Well, this is coming from a guy with a lot of parenting experience, having 0 kids.
Yeah. No, I think you're right. I think you're right. But I think the fundamental like desire to sing and like natural like inclination to sing as a kid is everybody has that, and so there is a way that we can channel that and kind of foster that as a church, but it does present a bunch of complex problems.
Well, I wonder if the friction of those things is why people are feeling like why more churches don't do those types of things, or maybe it's just
like just because it's like another program.
Or maybe because it's a program that's actually kind of a little bit more difficult to pull off, because you got to wrangle a bunch of kids or middle schoolers or whatever, and you got to get them to do something.
Yeah.
Like it's easier to just get them in a room and have them do whatever, but then to actually like teach them how to do a complicated group task.
Yeah.
Which the more I'm saying this, the more I'm like, that's actually like super important to development, and we probably need to be doing it more.
Yeah, well, that's one. The reason this is fresh in my mind, obviously, like I've been attending like all of my kids' Christmas end of the year.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So I've heard all the screams. I've heard every rendition of "Go Tell It on the Mountain."
Oof.
Many different ways.
Yeah.
Many different decibels.
Yeah.
And syllables added. That I know. Which I do have a gripe. Can I just gripe on the pod real fast?
Bro.
Okay.
The whole point of this thing is just for us to gripe publicly.
Okay, this is a public gripe, bones to pick.
Yeah.
I only go to these things to see one kid, right?
You have 3 boys.
Well, yes, okay. But if I go to a thing
Which one? Who's the favorite? Dang. Let's be honest.
Let's be honest.
Those other two boys are
your
trash.
brother shines.
Is it August?
No
He
name
has
will
been.
be disclosed
Okay,
on the
all right,
pod,
all right,
but
fair enough.
August is more musically inclined than my other three.
He is the oldest,
He
though,
is the
so I
oldest
feel
and most
like
developed.
he does have a leg up in that respect.
Or Avery sat down at the piano, this piano over here,
Yeah?
the other day, and just started hammering out just a little something, singing a little tune.
Mm-hmm.
Tear came to my eye.
Oh, man.
Got me.
That's good.
No.
If those, I'm sure if they play anything that's even remotely musical, you're like,
cameras out, dude. I'm like, I'm putting this in the documentary. I'm putting this in the Kanye Netflix feature.
When you get famous, they're gonna play this.
I always knew he had a
Yeah.
big
Oh
part.
yeah.
Yeah, dude. I've already got it. I've already got my talking head shot.
Good.
Yeah.
That's good. Have that ready in the pocket.
Yeah, it's already like I saw potential. I see potential in him. You know, right now. Here, I'm holding a newspaper. No, but when I go to these like end of year things, like I go to see my kids.
Yeah,
right? Like,
I understand
I
what
don't
you're
care
saying.
about anybody
but
else.
you saying I would go to see one kid is the funniest
But
way
like,
to phrase that.
they never tell me like a seating chart of like, I feel like a really easy deliverable.
Yeah, hit me with
to these kids'
Oh, is
programs.
this the gripe?
This is
the
gripe.
gripe. Okay.
Easy deliverable to a kids program is line the kids up in the same order and just tell me where they're going to be on stage.
Yeah.
Give me a plot.
Yeah.
So I can like a concert. Because like, you know, when I pick out tickets for a concert, I want to know my view.
Yeah.
And because it's been many times that I've shown up to this thing and like we'll get the choir and then like a teacher will like stand right
in front.
and I'm like, dang it.
Yeah.
Or like even my middle was singing in church the other day and he like kneeled and just the other kid's face just blocked him the entire time and I was like, why am I here? I need to move. I should have known the left wing was the good vantage point. I'm a fool. You know?
No, that, yeah. I mean, I
feel like that's.
I hear that. If you ever do something like that, you can
now I know.
have that in mind.
If Flock ever
seating
has
chart. Yeah, kids. Flock kids?
Yeah, Flock kids be sick, dude. That'd be fun. Flock kids choir? Yeah, we'll release a seating chart like with like Ticketmaster.
That'd be good.
And we'll charge for the different seats too.
How's the stream doing?
Stream's
I'm a
doing
little
good.
nervous.
We're looking good.
Okay.
It looks healthy.
Good.
No
Cool.
comments yet, but we can get those later.
Just we got new elements in the setup.
We do have
in
new
the
elements,
streaming
but I do
setup.
like it. The set looks good. Man, this is Studio B.
Yeah, welcome to Studio B.
Welcome to Studio B. You've been seeing Beans and Beats in Studio A, which is down the hall of an undisclosed location.
Yeah.
like how it got continuous.
Yeah.
Ambiguous. So being new worship pastor, how's
Yeah.
Christmas planning going?
Oh, it's planned.
I mean, I would hope so.
We're all the way in right now. So.
Worship leaders, if you're not planned for Christmas,
Bro, then you're a little late. Yeah, you're
Yeah.
three weeks late.
drop the brr.
Brr.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me play.
Where's Matt? What have you done?
I know, right? Shout out Matt McCarg. He's a real one.
Well, how do you feel about leading your first Christmas?
It's been
In a
good.
long time.
Yeah, it's been cool. I'm teaching them new versions of songs.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's like a little bit of that, like they have to hear a song a handful of times first.
Yeah.
And then they'll be like, all right, we got this now.
Yeah. What do you feel like has been different about this Christmas season than past? Because you're in a completely different role. I feel like where you were before, there are a lot of moving parts.
I'm
like, are you more calm? Like,
overcoming different challenges. I'm the same level of calm.
Okay.
Yeah. I feel like I don't get frazzled
No.
easy. I try not to.
No.
The frazzle is all under the surface. Yeah.
helps balance
most
me
of the
out,
time.
yeah.
Oh yeah, your frazzle is
I'm
external.
yeah. Internal, but external, it just like.
Yeah. It's been good. I think I'm enjoying getting into the musical aspects because Christmas you always get it's the one time that you get to like, all right, let's flex a little bit. Let's do some songs that have a little
Sit
something.
down for this one.
Yeah.
And let's just sing together a little bit. Yeah.
So I'm navigating that as I'm getting to know a new band, a new music, like culture at a church, and then like a new worship team, new tech team. So, you know, there's a lot of learning, I'm sure, on both sides.
Yeah.
And so hitting Christmas 6 months, has it been 6 months? No, August, September, October, November. So 5 months in.
Yeah. You didn't have a long runway to like establish a culture yet, really.
Yeah, the culture's still, so in a lot of ways.
You brought a lot of new, too, already.
More than I thought. More than I thought. Yeah. More than I realized, I guess.
Yeah.
But just because I've had so many different like experiences with worship, what feels like, well, this is like normal, expected type stuff.
Yeah.
My circle of that versus like, well, this might be getting a little experimental for Sunday morning. My circles on those are way wider than your average church member.
Yep.
And
so you're learning where those are.
Yeah.
Which I think is huge.
Yeah. And also a specific church's expectation of what's normal is going to be based more on their experience, which is even going to be like not in the center of the circle, but like could be anywhere.
Yeah.
Right. Or even outside of your Venn diagram.
Yep. And so like, how do you serve those well? And bring them in at times and shepherd them to more appropriate serving.
And I mean, sometimes that happens. That's your role is a both and. It's a two-way street of like, I want to serve these sheep, this congregation well.
100%.
Learn what their songs that are their heart language or whatever. But also, I want to be the spiritual dietitian to pull out the worship pastor book.
100%.
Verbiage.
Yeah.
You don't want to just feed them like, okay, this church really loves candy. Let's just feed them candy all day. It's like, no, let's balance this out. Let's do some, let's get some steak. Yeah. Let's get some vegetables in there.
Yeah. No, I think that's good.
So I'm just finding it's the kind of thing where it's like, I won't know what is normal or expected for them until I do something and I find out, oh, well, that was new for them.
Yeah.
Because even if you ask people, like communicating about music is already hard, but then communicating about how a church feels about particular songs and styles and arrangements, and that's
or even talking
kind of
to non-musicians about music.
Yeah.
And like, the one I always like try to figure out is like, oh, thank you so much for singing today. Like you did so good. It's like, well, thank you so much for like singing with me. Like, what did you enjoy about? Like, what was because that for me helps later especially if they're at like my church, like, to talk to them about like what they enjoy about like if they're my small group.
What was it?
Yeah.
The problem that I've run into though is like they don't even know sometimes. And it's like, okay, word. Yeah,
I know, but But I think that for me, it just like it's opened up a huge conversation in my small group with people that like normally we wouldn't have things to talk about because it's been like they've seen me lead, and then they've said like, oh, I really liked it. And it's like, oh, well, what did you like about it? And then that leads to some sort of like musical education nugget that I can like give, and then that like leads to talking about them like what they're listening to, and then we start talking about what they're listening. And so it just gives me like a relatability like thing, So maybe that's why I naturally do it. But I do think it helps in my leading too, like when I kind of begin to pick songs if I'm working within the same context. Obviously, like I serve in a little bit different context when I'm traveling around, but being in the same one is probably. Yeah,
I got some big wins this last week from a music worship standpoint.
Oh shoot!
One of them was. Well, not huge wins, but they feel.
Dude, don't underplay.
Okay, my bad.
Don't underplay your wins, dude.
I moved the booth.
Okay.
Which sometimes that seems like it's a simple approach, but like that could be a tectonic shift for a church. Like, whoa, the mixer's not where it was before. but I moved everything to the center so that our sound engineers can actually hear what everybody else hears, which is awesome.
Nice.
So that got me pumped.
Big move.
And nobody was upset about it. Nobody was like, "What's going on?"
Yeah.
Didn't throw anybody off.
It sounds different now.
I talked to people and they didn't even realize. Oh yeah, something's going on. Now y'all can't see it, but there's all these pipes over us.
Yeah.
And every once in a while, there's just like random.
Well, there's just
sounds.
randomly running water right now down one. I just hear it.
Yeah.
But it's all good. That's what happens when you meet in the bottom of an undisclosed.
Yeah. Down here in the cave.
Yeah, in the cave of Studio
In the
B
dungeon.
of an undisclosed location.
But that was good.
Okay, so
Yeah.
moving soundboard, win. What else?
Yeah, and then I got our first worship intern
Nice.
committed for 2025.
Oh, sick.
So that's awesome. Yeah.
So now you have
Resident and intern.
and intern confirmed.
And I would love to have another intern, but we'll see what happens. Yeah.
What's when you're looking at establishing? Because I was having a conversation with another worship pastor this week, and he's like had residencies and worked like internships in the past, and has had other worship guys approach him like, how do you do this? So like when you're looking at an intern, what are like some qualifications? Do you have like a base requirement for a worship internship at your church, given like the size? 'Cause you're at a smaller church, whereas this was like a bigger church, so more resources.
I think your size is gonna change certain qualifications, like the skill level that you want people to start at, and maybe their background, and maybe like where they're already serving. Like you might want to, if you're at a bigger church, you might want to like pull from your worship team, stuff like that. For a worship internship or whatever. But having run internships, built internships programs for like almost a decade now, which is pretty wild to think. The biggest thing that I would look for is, and I hate this word, but are they passionate?
Yeah.
What's a better word for that? There's got to be a better word. I feel like there should be, but are
There's
they?
a phrase, but I can't use it on stream.
Oh yeah, okay, all right.
Do they give a?
Yeah.
Do they give a crap?
Yeah.
Do they care? Are they passionate? Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a fine word.
Well,
I feel like it's just one that's used like in a frou-frou woo-woo way.
Yeah.
I heard my inner pop.
But like I'm looking for someone more so than like whether they're coming in with pre-existing skills or even any experience in the vein of whatever it is, because I've done production internships, media internships, and now a worship internship.
Yeah.
The main thing I'm looking for is, are they into the thing? Because if they're not, you're wasting your time.
Well, yeah. Well, and it kind of.
And they're wasting their time. And you just end up being like, all right, well.
Yeah, because even if you do have, I feel like you have to have some base requirement of skill, but even if because one thing I love that you always did, and I think if you're doing something like this, always should, is like a one-on-one, like, hey, where are you at? What are you trying to do? Like, what are your goals? What are you trying to accomplish? Even with something as simple as like an internship, where like a lot of churches might be like, oh, that's just like they're just here to get coffee. It's like, no, like they're here to learn something. You're here to teach them something.
No,
So
the
like, let's talk
internships are
about
always more work for me than they are for the intern.
Yeah.
But that's just because I think teaching the things that we do in church is important, because nobody else is going to teach it other than churches. I mean, as like the way that we do music is so niche. We don't realize it is, because it feels like it's kind of blends into other styles, but the way that we approach it and the purpose of it is so unique and niche, and I think special. Like there's something
as far as like church music. Like we're making music to sing with the saints. So that kind of thing.
Yeah. We have a specific call that changes how we make decisions, musical decisions or otherwise.
Which literally changes how you make makes the music.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so if we don't teach people how we approach those things, or how to think about them, or even just the practical skills of doing them, nobody else is.
Yeah.
And you're just going to end up with, like, people have said, like, the teaching in church is like the meat or the mind or whatever, and then like the music is like the soul, right? You're going to end up with soulless churches if we don't continue that.
Yeah, and I think that's just a mirror of culture too, just a higher, like, I mean, that I think that's a large reason why the church lost footing in culture, as we kind of gave up on the arts, like a little bit, you know. We gave up on investing in the Mozarts and like those sorts of things, you know, like we said, nah. Not saying like you should, but I think maybe that's kind of the strategy though to getting back to the fundamental like training. Or like an intern comes to you, say, here are the goals, like you're here to learn, I'm here to teach you. I'm here to give you this knowledge and this history of why we do this thing, with hopes that you continue. Do you feel like this might be kind of the path you do, like, you know, you throw it down the road 10 years to where this is, you're building, your interns are then teaching like a kid's choir, like whatever, like could it then like fun, like cool. You build from the top down kind of deal?
I mean, I think it could look a million different ways 10 years down the line, but like the main thing in my mind is when it comes to like the more teaching side of music, I do want to create a culture where everyone feels like they're learning more and more about music so that they can serve the church with it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. They learn more. They learn more about maybe the craft, which brings out the depth and beauty of the character of what they're doing and the person that they're serving and worshiping. Because they actually do it.
It only takes one Bach to like change the world in terms of music, and like the amount of people who, I don't know. I think of Bach as like someone who created tectonic shifts in music, and he served at his 3 churches that he wrote for. He did his thing. Nobody knew about him during his lifetime other than the people around him. But then when he was rediscovered, now he's like been able to influence people worldwide. Not saying that I am the next Bach.
No, well, that's the thing.
But it only takes one.
Well, and here's
what I'm saying?
Yeah, 100%. And here's what I hear when you say that. It's not like I want to be the next Bach or I'm going to be the next Bach. Or like,
I would be down.
Yeah, hey, everybody would be down and sick. But he wasn't.
But
he fit into
his genius
system.
level.
Well,
is,
he fit.
When you're writing songs that work forwards and backwards and inverted.
No,
you've reached.
Yeah, like you're bored. Like you're bored with what.
Oh, you're human music.
Us mere humans. Yeah. Well, I think, but he had an infrastructure that he was a part of. Like the church had a place for him. That's what I mean, right?
And like, the churches that he was the Kapellmeister, which is just music minister.
Heck yeah, let's bring back that.
Kapellmeister?
I'm sorry, give it one more and we'll do like a little.
I'm pretty sure it's Kapellmeister, which is just the German for chapel, like minister.
Kapellmeister?
Yeah, Kapellmeister.
Kapellmeister. That's
or Chapelmaster.
Interns put it in, Kapellmeister.
Yeah.
I have interns now.
Which is just the term that they use at the time for like music minister. Or
I like
worship leader or whatever. But
while he was there, I said church had a place for him. Sorry,
Kapellmeister threw me off. What? But the churches that he we would write and compose for had a developed musical sensibility, right?
Like a framework and like
there was a whole you had your choruses where the whole church would sing, you had pieces that the choir would sing just on their own, you had arias, which were like solo type deals. So there was kind of a developed formal element to it. And I think weirdly, I feel like we're getting
Yeah, I feel like we're working our way back there slowly.
we're getting to a new version of that with modern worship.
Yeah. Interesting.
But obviously, I think modern worship is a lot more leaned towards congregational involvement, which I think is a good thing.
Yeah.
But I wonder when we're going to start, kind of like we were talking about, when's special music coming back?
Yeah.
I wonder if we need to start thinking about how we find a place for music that is just ministry to people rather than a participatory kind of thing.
Yeah. Like, where's music for? And here's the thing. I feel like this isn't a new conversation.
No,
I feel like
this is generational.
But maybe it's
pendulum
kind of,
swings.
Yeah, maybe it's kind of. Yeah, dang, they're really doing something over there. But maybe it's. Yeah, maybe it's the pendulum swing. But with that, you want to make some music?
Yeah,
Shall we transition to
Yeah.
a little beat making as my computer kind of takes off, doing a whole total of nothing.
Bro,
Computer's actually
you're really mad at this computer
I
right
am,
now.
dude.
Yeah.
Me and this computer have been beefing all week.
Dang.
Like, what are you doing but sitting here and monitoring a stream? Nothing.
I don't know, man.
Normally it's running it.
It may be time for an upgrade. All right, what are we doing?
I do feel like it's like my kid. Disappointed in you. Normally you run this stream.
You want to?
I
don't know how this works.
Let me. I'm gonna do the prelude thing. I kind of liked where we
Okay.
were.
Yeah.
Let's prelude, postlude. Like we'll postlude it. Maybe get a seed idea down.
Yeah. Okay.
Because I liked what I made with Drew last week, but I also liked the vibe of what we were going because it kind of was a thing. So we can even I like that progression. It's like a. No, nah. I've been really into that too recently. Just
Yeah.
We could do that. Dan on bass. It's been a long time since I've heard you play bass.
I was originally a fill-in bassist, if you remember, for Illumination Project.
Oh, really?
Yeah. That's the first time I played with IP.
Can we record that? That might be a little tough. Or should we lay it down and do a loop? How should we postlude this? Because I kind of want to. Can your computer record and stream at the same time?
Yeah.
All right. I'll record keys, then you pop back and record that bass line.
Okay.
Because I liked that. If you're down with it.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I got you.
This is the problem with. Oh man, that.
ready?
120.
Oh, you want a double time?
Oh no, yeah, whatever's fine.
All right. You ready?
Yep.
It's a little faster.
How many beats?
You get one
two,
measure.
3, 4.
Yep. Yep.
Okay.
Nice. Is that the rhythm, or is ba ba? Is that the one? Like the downbeat? Is that the downbeat?
Yeah. 1, 2. Yeah, I'll do that. Let me redo it.
Oh, I can just move it.
Oh yeah, sure.
That's the beauty.
Beauty of digital.
So. So we end up with this. Ooh. Yo, do that, but like up an octave. Ooh. Come on.
I kind of like going to the theater.
Yeah, bring it home. Ooh, nice.
Dang, this little mic. What mic is
Nice.
this? It's a, for those watching or rewatching this stream, this is a condenser microphone. It is a Shure 991. Sorry. You gotta educate, you know?
That's right.
I'm just trying
You
to
do.
give this stream a nice view.
All right, you want to hear this?
Yeah, hit me.
Let me do a little.
Little timeline
Yeah.
situation. You do that. I'm gonna.
Sorry,
Good.
consolidating audio.
All good. All good.
And let's do some quantize.
I'm gonna have to record this grand more.
I know, man.
I didn't realize it would sound that good.
It is nice.
And it's right here.
It's right
Is-
here.
This is my keys era.
Yeah, true.
And the OP1's dead, so we're out on the OP1.
Okay, all right.
So that's all
Nice,
good.
nice, nice.
We're going acoustic trio. So when you're ready to lay down bass,
You should give me
acoustic.
some acoustic, like, can you do like a little drum pattern on there?
Oh yeah, I got you.
Here, let me listen to this. Yeah, find some good.
I mean, it's just a cajon.
Yeah, that sounds nice. Okay, so do you have this problem where it just won't quantize the whole thing?
Yeah, so if you...
I mean, I know how to
fix
it, but it's just it's annoying. Ooh.
Ooh. Oh, the pick's in there.
Yeah, all right. Hit me with a little drum pattern.
Yeah, let me. Can I hear it? I need to think of one.
Yeah, you should hear it in your ears right now.
Is it playing?
Oh. My bad. I didn't know you meant like that. You do a little tap on the side, yeah, for the snare, and then like.
That's just kind of like a loop thing, and then I'll add like a bass, which will kind of like make it a little bit more solid. But I've been really into like rhythmic-y, random sounding percussion.
All right, I gotta consolidate.
Let me find it. That was nice.
Nice.
Now put a little bit of... I might let you lay some guitar. Some like, look, I hear some acoustic-y, plucky things.
Yeah.
What is that?
Well, that's me. I'm doing that on purpose.
Oh, I was like...
I'm just being wild. I'm just trying to take the little bits that you had. Yeah, that might be a little too weird.
I forgot I only have one measure. That was fun.
That is good. Here's what we got so far.
Some Spanish. Oh man,
Let me throw a reverb on.
I like this. I'm
this
trying
is
to
nice.
decide whether I want to run with this and get this like as a Christmas song, or do I want to pocket this to January and not and work on this for later for me.
Either one.
Because it fits that. Shepherd king. Now I'm gonna pocket it. I hear a melody already.
You want to record a melody? Come thou long expected Jesus? Melody?
I mean, that's the melody that's in my head right now. Here, because I hear the come thou long expected king.
Here, you do that, and I'll do bass, and I'll just start from the beginning here. So here we go from the top. So mics are recording. Get tangled.
Dang, that was those bass lines are almost too spicy for stream. You know how they, have you heard about that keyboard rule? I feel like that was a good postlude. Should we let the people go?
Good with whatever, man.
Let's let the people go.
You want to listen to it?
Yeah, let's listen to it, and then we'll see where we ended. Yeah, that was a good hour and a half stream. We're done with that. And I like that. We're gonna pocket that for later.
Oh yeah. Let's see. Here we go.
Nice. Nice. Well, thanks, Dan.
All right.
Thanks those watching. And we'll see you not next week because we're going to take a break for the end of the year, but we'll be back in the new year with just a new plan for Beans and Beats and just all we do to equip Christian creators to curate a culture for the kingdom. And if you haven't heard about Flock yet, go check it out. I would love for you to see what we're doing there. We're actually doing a workshop tomorrow with Ray Hughes, which I'm really, really excited about. But we also have more things planned for the new year, just again, to equip you to curate a culture for the kingdom. And we'll see you next time.